Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt here again, and I have a short message for you guys. Actually, I have a question for you guys. The question is God any less capable of doing the things that He did that are written in the Bible? Is He any less capable of doing those things and more today? Did God get less powerful as we advanced as a species? No, obviously not. God is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. And regardless of how advanced we are and how advanced we get, the technology that we put out, the things that we are able to do, God will always stand all powerful. And He will always be able to do the things that we can't. And I feel like today people have less faith in God to do things because it may have another way of doing it. It may have another solution. It may be a temporary solution like pills. But at the end of the day, I believe that only God can do a full work to completely heal and remove things that even we have no cure for. He is more than able to fight for us against our enemies, both natural and spiritual. Just like He fought in many battles in times of past for His people when enemies surrounded them, even without reason, even without cause, God fought for them and they were victorious. There even were many times where God was angry at His people and He allowed certain things to happen to teach them a lesson. And there are times where we are going to go against God's word, we are going to do something wrong, and He's going to allow certain things to happen to teach us a lesson. He's going to allow things to happen to bring us back closer to Him so that we could have that personal relationship with Him. So that we could go back to His word and start back reading, start back practicing the things that we read in His word, and start back believing and having faith in Him. When things come, when trials, even when enemies come, there are some people that may hate you for no reason. You are nice to them, but they hate you for being nice. It's the most illogical thing. There was an account of that I was reading in the Bible recently, with David and Hanan. So Hanan's father died, right? So David sent some men. He was like, you know what, go extend my condolences. But Hanan's advisor was like, no. David commented stuff. He's sending his people to spy. It's not a genuine extension of his condolences. So Hanan now believed them. He insulted David's men and sent them back. David got angry. And out of that was supposed to be a kind gesture. The enemy turned it around and started a war. And I feel like I don't want to go too sidetracked, but it also speaks about not listening to any and everybody and the advice that they tell you, especially in this time. Sometimes our advice causes bad things to happen. That's what happened in that account. Lo and behold, a war started. But God fought for His people. They won. They were victorious. Is that taking advice from people who giving you bad advice? When something happens, we always like to run to people for advice. Sometimes they may give wrong advice. I believe, and I strongly believe this, the best place to go for advice is God's word. Nothing's wrong with asking somebody their opinion. That's fine. But let God's opinion be the deciding factor in a particular situation, because it have the likelihood that the enemy could use someone's bad advice to make a bad situation worse or to turn a good situation bad. And that's something that we need to prevent in this time, especially in the church. So I covered a few topics here. I feel like I went off topic a little bit, but this is some general advice in what we need to do, what we should and shouldn't do, and how easy it is to be distracted, to be led astray, to turn a bad situation worse, just by giving the enemy that wiggle room to work in a situation. And it's also important to remember that God is capable of turning any situation around. So with that, I'd like to close. Hope you enjoy. Hope you learned something. I'll throw up the scriptures that I was referring to in the description. That's it. Peace out, guys.